Greetings everyone and welcome back to Hand of Fate after a short break. Now, a forward before we begin. I have already tried to record this episode once. It got a bit of the way through before I realized, oh, I've had a Windows update recently. And then glancing with a hint of panic in my mind towards my recording software, I did in fact see that it wasn't recording my voice, or in fact the game audio, because Windows, for some reason I have yet to fathom, resets all of my audio devices whenever it updates, and I hadn't updated it for the recording software I use for recording Hand of Fate. So sorry about that, but on the plus side, it does mean that we get to start again and can go through things together. We weren't going through any challenge that I haven't been in yet, so there's nothing like that has been revealed to me. We're still going to preserve some of that, but I did have a chance to see some cards, unfortunately, but we'll cover which cards those are now. Now, we're going with the chariot because I would very much like to unlock the mace. Now, I hadn't, very fortunately, unlocked any new tokens, but I had seen some cards that I had not seen previously. We're going to be bringing Estrelle with us, because the chariot does have a lot of precision gambits, and she allows us to retry those gambits. Also, it seems a little bit fitting that Estrelle would be with us. As far as encounters, let's have a look in here. Now, I brought the healer along. I've now seen what that is. Apparently revives companions. There's also a bit of a shop. We're not going to be bringing her along. It was actually kind of a lackluster card, I've got to be honest. I'm also bringing along the Market Thief because I want to see and actually try and get that token. The Burrow, it's just a chance card. A gnome steals your weapon, and then you have a chance of stealing it or a different weapon back in its place. So we'll leave that one out for now. Fate's Dealing allows you to potentially win a lot of resources, so or in fact die. But I think we're going to keep that one in because that's kind of an interesting one to see. The Peasant King is Estrelle's next quest. I do want to try and open up the companion quest if we can. And the Maiden, we have seen, just gives a lot of resources. But that is all that I managed to uncover in terms of the encounters. Now, since we are given this opportunity to reshuffle our deck somewhat, let's go ahead and pick some new cards and bring them along just so that they're cleared out a bit. There we go. I think that should be more than adequate. Next up, equipment-wise, I have seen what the Imperial Helm is, and oh my god, is it amazing! Didn't manage to get it, but it was in a shop. Adds +2 max life for every combat against thieves or corrupted. In this particular scenario, this is the best helm to have, so we're leaving that one in the deck, even though that we know what it is. Bring along Jousting Armor simply because it's going to be a useful one. Grifter's Companion because it was useful as well. Haven't seen this and haven't seen this. I only caught a glimpse of one equipment card and didn't actually have an opportunity to use it either. As far as supplies go, you know what, we're not going to bring along the leather armor, I don't think. What should we bring along? We could bring along a different type of weapon, or any of these new items here, even though a buckler is, I'm unlikely to use it, frankly. Could bring along the Chieftain's Axe, or the buckler. Well, we could bring it along and then sell it, perhaps. Or we could bring along the Chieftain's Axe until we unlock this mace, and if it's better then switch to it. Maybe, just so that we can see what it is. We'll sell one or t'other of them. That seems like actually a fairly solid plan. Alright, let us begin and see if we can make it through the chariot a second time. Oh, a lovely cup of red bush to start today's adventures off.
And so the corruption spreads across the Empire, even as it spreads across my body. No concern. This will be done soon enough. Okay. Our destination is merely 20 leagues from here.
Sir Malefowl looks down from the back of his steed at the soldiers aligned rank and file before him. The city is lost to the plague, he says dryly. We will not waste another soldier on this place. He gives the final command. In the name of the Emperor, Prepare to withdraw. Block the gatehouses. Let no one through. At sunrise, we burn the city to the ground. Estrella turns to you. There are many in the old city untainted by corruption. It is clear that they will not find passage through the Empire stockades. Find and rescue citizens and escort them out of the city. Begin the quest. The people will not find safe passage to the west. The gatehouses to the southeast, however, was abandoned when the infected broke through. If we can clear enough corruption from the district, we can escort any citizens through with minimal resistance. Very well. My coachman will follow you and transport any citizens you might find along the way. If you're lucky, they may be of assistance in your travels. Search the streets and kill the infected. I will send word when the way is clear. Okay, now I actually really enjoy this challenge. I recall that it was quite a long challenge though, so we'll see how that one goes down. City streets. Okay, let's have a look. The Pauper district has been hit by looters, leaving shops with broken windows and empty shelves. You pass through without incident, however, and from this street you can see other paths. Oh, did that reveal them all to me? Oh, that's super useful. Oh, very nice. We've already got a card that I haven't seen yet. Field of Fae.
You would be better to avoid the Fae. It is not my place to tell you what to do, however. The game will determine that.
Laying in a field on a warm summer's day, you spy a tiny figure. You leap forth to catch her. That's very rude. Okay. I think it's 3. Indeed it is. You cup her in your hands and peer inside. Let me go, she squeaks, and I'll grant you a wish. Man, I'm being rewarded for being a scallywag? This isn't
each
good.
Different, yet each bearing their own similarities.
Okay. There's that one I wouldn't mind. Almost got allies return, but never mind, 20 gold is also quite nice. As you let her go, she makes a gesture and your pockets get heavier. Fantastic. I approve. Up to 30 gold already. You jump to your feet and continue on. Okay, well that's actually a pretty solid card. We did not reveal any new areas though. Well, let's go and see what we can get out of this encounter before I decide to spend money.
To find more food.
We might find food here, you see. While crossing a stone bridge, you suddenly find yourself confronted by a villainous band. 7 skulls, eh? You could stand and fight the fiends, or throw yourself to the mercy of the river below. Well, let us first see what we've got. We do have the Chieftain's Axe. Let's have a look at you. Alright, Stun Corrupted. Perform a powerful strike that causes stun to corrupted. Stunned enemies take 150% damage when hit. Against corrupted enemies, Bash causes additional damage to their armor. Bash deals additional damage to armor. Well, no, well, I guess it doesn't really matter which one we're using right now for this particular fight. It literally does not matter one bit. So sure, we'll stand and fight. You ready your weapon. I still find the combat in this game uniquely satisfying. I don't know what it is about this. It was the same with the first as well, actually, so I guess not that unique. Unique to this brand of game, to this franchise, I guess. But I really enjoy the combat. It's so engaging, I find. Nope. We need you all to be dead, please and thank you. Let's see if they will be polite. Kapow! Okay, there's a nice big weighty wallop with that mace there. That is a hefty looking mace, to be fair as well. I wonder what the head is made of. Maybe solid iron seems like a bit of overkill. Also, not the best thing to make a heavy mace out of. Maybe a lead core with a slight iron or maybe even steel layer on the outside just to resist dents and dings. Having spilled your enemy's blood, don't you mean like... Oh, I guess marrow, I suppose. You search the bodies for anything useful. What do we gain? We gain the Gambler's Jewel. Add +2 to your final score during dice gambits. Okay, that's actually quite nice. Thank you very much. Reveal 3 encounters. Let's see. Well, looks like this is one of the only ways we can go. Tall buildings line the street, their lower windows boarded up with planks of wood on imperial order. A futile attempt to hinder the spread of the plague. Right. Now, the thing here You find yourself surrounded by the corrupted horde that broke through the gatehouse and wandered into the district. They shuffle mindlessly back and forth on the spot, limbs twitching, seemingly unaware of your presence. I don't want to remove any of these cards. I specifically want to fight them. This is our chance, Estrella says. Together you draw your weapons. But I can't let her know that I'm intentionally trying to do this. So,
the pendulum swings
what we'll do,
like a scythe.
Yes, it does.
Bearing hope or failure.
Or hope that you fail, which is the case. Would you like to retry? No, I absolutely would not. I don't want the strong negative effect, because I think that would actually deal pain to us.
Your skills to leave you.
Or for my skills to blossom. You'll land several blows, just enough so that Estrella doesn't suspect that we're pulling our punches, but we fail to fell any of the infected. You deflect their retaliatory strikes, however, with practiced ease. Estrella does give you a kind of glance from the sides. It's everything all right? You seem a little bit off form, and yet strangely not. The rest of the infected turn at the commotion and clamour towards the two of you, arms thrashing. Very well. That'll do. No, I don't want to reroll. Mr. Alga goes to draw her gun to give us a second chance, and I hold out my hand. No. Save the bullets. The bullets are too precious. She gives me another quizzical gaze. The infected push you back before you can strike. They surround you, frenzied. Yes, this is exactly what we want. We have to kill 20 infected, I believe. Ah, that tea is gorgeous. Okay, so let's take you guys up then. Nope. It's fine. It's fine. Just stick close to me. We've got this. There we go. Let's just wallop one of them. Oh wow! That was a wallop with some gusto there. My goodness, I approve. Oh, I got that. So good. I dislike ever being hit. There's no good reason for it. How did I just do that, though, is the question that's on my mind. How did I manage to hoist him up, considering I didn't embed my mace in him. My mace has got a rounded head. It doesn't embed in this. Never mind. You look ridiculously awesome leaping into the air like that with this gigantic heavy weapon that I guess I will suspend disbelief for that. No, thank you. There we go. There we are. That's a little bit better. Let's take it down. Oh, that looked like a headshot as well. That was a precisely aimed blow right in the noggin. Don't hit twice now. This is not good. It will not stand. No. Could you please shoot? Let's go. Let's take you down and Lords. Oh, I was hoping that was the killing blow, but oh well. I mean, it did kill him, but didn't end the fight. That's what I mean to say. Another headshot. Yeah, well done. 2 hits, though. I don't know why I said well done. That was actually kind of terrible, considering this is a really slow enemy. There's no reason why I should have gotten hit at all. But there we are. Questing mace. Oh, it remembers.
Nicely done.
Aha, very well. That appears to be the last of them, Estrella remarks. You continue your journey through the winding streets. You gain 4 fame. Okay, well, that actually is really interesting because the mace basically remembered the amount of corrupted that I had killed while I was trying to record in the previous episode. So that's pretty cool. We've already got that one. So I guess at this point then, may as well switch to the Chieftain's axe. Very well. Right, what we got over there? Another city street. Alright, let's go ahead and find out what's there. You dash through the labyrinth of slum streets in the city centre. Grateful hue. Okay, the unmistakable sound of combat alerts you to a group of townsfolk being attacked by the infected. One brave warrior struggles to hold back the horde. You rush to their aid. Very well. And I've got a very potent weapon for this particular fight as well. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to keep that hero alive. And I need another swig of tea before it though. Okay, this is the first time we've wielded this weapon. That does look like quite a beastly weapon, actually, as heavy as it is sharp. Well crafted and perfectly weighted. A brutal, yet simple tool. Very well. Go ahead. Nope. Nope. I'll try it. Let's try and take that one down. Take more out of this. There we are. Let's continue to hack away all of your armor if you can. Please. No. Let's take you down. One. There we go. Wow, really? It was that fast that we took him out? That is ridiculous. I approve enormously. Kind of want to keep this so I can see how this works. Ooh, bit of a flourish there. I like it. Little bit of showmanship. Never goes amiss. Let's get you out so you don't harm my my civilians. There we go. Then no, absolutely not, scoundrel. There we are. It's actually quite a fast swinging weapon. The mace felt a little bit more weighty, even though both of them do the same amount of damage. But that axe feels like it moves with a lot more force. You arrived just in time, the warrior explains. I don't think I could have held them off for much longer. I could part with some equipment, he continues. I don't think it will do me much good now. See me if you're interested in trade. You explain Captain Fio's plan and help the survivors onto the wagons. From this street, you can see other paths. Very well. What can we see? Captain, the soldier says, saluting your companion. I bring word from the gatehouse. The infected horde has subsided. The dealer removes the corruption counter. Hooray! But there is a problem. Corruption grows from the ground itself, blocking all passage from the wagons. It must be destroyed. Very well, Estrella says with a nod. Then I would request that you join us and assist in our efforts. Yes, Captain, they say, standing to attention. There we go, Estrella's allegiance. Prior to combat, optionally draw an Empire ally card. Can be used before 5 combats or 7 if Estrella is your companion. Then discard this card. Rightio. However, let's just have a look on the map. Oh, Cunning Man, that's a new card. But we need to camp. We need to buy food, specifically. You approach the horse-drawn wagons. Captain Fio's soldiers stand to attention, and the head coachman tips the brim of his hood. We'll transport any of the people you find in these wardens, he explains. Just keep the wagons out of trouble. I will do my best. Right, trade. I need... Oh, we haven't got any food yet. Drag down, blast. Well, that's going to be pretty harsh. Okay, let's have a look at the equipment. Archer's Bane. Good if we're fighting Empire. How many people do we need to kill? We need to reflect... we've reflected 2 of 15. We're not going to buy it yet. There's no point. That is a shame, though. Alright. Break camp. Not much I can do. We're going to lose 10 life as we move.
The damage taken from starvation is more than the healing delivered by eating.
Indeed,
as with many things, we find ourselves sliding further and further into hardship.
Trade a blessing for new equipment. You enter the hut of a local bone man. I don't have a blessing. He bids you drink from a cup fashioned from the skull. Oh! No, I think he wants me to use blessing. From the skull of a baboon. Alright. The gods will favor me now, he smiles with satisfaction. Here, I took these from my last visitor. I needed only his bones anyway. Okay. Okay. I didn't have a blessing though. Curiouser, and indeed curiouser. Well, blessing of purification isn't actually a bad shield to have against the infected, but there's no point. We'll keep with this one, I think. Just want to have a look again. Perform a powerful strike that causes stun to the corrupted. Yeah, stunned enemies take more damage. Well, I mean, you know, that wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't good. We need to find food so badly. Thankfully, we don't eat going over tiles we've already been to, but we've only got 5 new explorations here. You dash through the labyrinth of slum streets in the city centre. Dredge of corruption. Okay, well, we don't have to fight these guys. There's no particular goal now. This is our chance. Okay, so let's try and take them out, shall we? There we go. That should get rid of 2 of them.
You have done well.
Thank you. The dealer removes 2 monster cards, leaving the 5 of Blight. The remaining infected stand by idly, twitching and picking at their wounds. Together, you and Estrella rush the remaining foes. I only need to remove 1, so all I need is the silver at this point. There we go. Only just. No, that's fine. With a flurry of strikes, you fell the infected before they can retaliate. The dealer removes 1 monster card. We were lucky to ambush them, Estrella remarks. With caution, you continue your journey through the winding streets. I had really hoped to find food. What we got there? City streets. We need civilians who can trade food. You dash through the labyrinthine slums of streets in the city centre. Maybe we should look to regain our strength by the wagon, Estrella says, as you make your way through the winding road. The peasants may have food to trade. I don't think they do, but I'll double check since you said. Let's go and have a look. No, they do not. Ooh, they do have the Imperial Helm, however. Yes, we are going to buy that, absolutely. Yes. Oh, we don't have enough thing. I'll buy it anyway, and we'll prepare for it.
I doubt any will mistake your bearing for Imperial, hat notwithstanding.
How rude. Very well, let's continue on. Oh, okay, there's only one place on this board for us to find some peasants. Let's see. You dash through the labyrinthine slum street in the city centre. Ah, damn it. Oh, no, it's giving me... Oh, Merith! Yes! We are saved, everyone! Walking through a shady forest, you encounter a young maiden. She stops to greet you once again. For centuries I have helped the mortals who find themselves lost in my forest. And now with my strength and power returned, is there anything that may aid you with your journey? Please, supplies, Merith. This should bring you great nourishment and sustain you for several days, she says with a twinkle in her eye. Okay, 3 is good. Okay, 6. I was actually hoping for a lot more than that, but I guess that will have to do. Now, I'm going to use some of it. We're going to go ahead and we're going to cook. 2 times. No, 3 times. Half of our food, just to get us to 38. Okay, let's move on. Find out what we can find out. Signs of mass departure are everywhere. Homes stand empty. All that remains are crumbling ruins. Grateful citizens. You happen upon a group of frightened peasants desperately seeking safety. We hear the Empire has abandoned the city, they cry. Please, help us. You explain Captain Fio's plan and help them onto the wagons. We are grateful. I haven't much food, but should you need some, I would be willing to trade. Thank goodness. All right, let's go and spend all of our money on food. Trade and buy food. Now, this is pretty much the best deal you will ever get on food in this game. 1 food per coin is as good as it will ever get, outside of getting free food whenever you gain coins or something like from a blessing or a ring. There we go. Now we are somewhat out of the danger zone. Let's take ourselves up over 50. That'll be good enough. Still, you know, only at 6 food, but could be worse. The pauper district has been hit by looters, leaving shops with broken windows and empty shelves. You pass through without incident. But we have got more places to go. You dash through the labyrinthine slum street of the city centre. Grateful citizens. You happen upon a great group of frightened peasantry desperately seeking safety. We hear the Empire has abandoned the city, they cry. Please help us. And once again, we shall help them. And once again, they have food for trade. This is a great. Absolutely going to trade for that food. Buy food. All of the food I shall purchase. Yes, indeed, please. Ooh, that is good times. And I think we only need 1 more encounter, assuming gives us 4 fame, to be able to equip the helm. The smell of fresh, rotting flesh lingers in the air. The gatehouse tower looms above you, its sides encrusted with the taint of corruption. Taking cover behind an upturned cart, you peer over the group of infected that remain. Terror of Blight, the Affliction of Blight, 6 of Blight, and the Spire of Blight. The way is indeed blocked, Estrella says. She turns to her scouts. Defend the wagon. We will see what can be done with this infernal blight. Stay vigilant. We will attack them because it is literally the only thing we can do. You draw your weapon and prepare to face the infected. And in we go. Now then. Hopefully, we are well equipped to deal with this. That is probably the most dangerous of all the things here. The land itself becomes shattered, shambling, and broken. Attacks with bursts of corruption that snare and damage their target. Use evade to avoid their attacks, or change direction rapidly to break free. Let's see. No. Oh, track. was going to say, let's see if my Monster Hunter training has borne any fruit. It had to go. No. Nope. Nope, thanks. Oh, damn. Will you please stop? Oh. And again. You need to take this down. There we go. Fantastic. Right. Can we take you down, perhaps? Yes, we can. There we are. Now, Estrella, do you need help? I think you do, actually. Let me get you out of that. Nope. And wallop something. Well done. Okay, now we go back down to... Oh, I was going to say being careful, and then I didn't dodge, and then... sorry, I didn't try to dodge, and then blockable attack. Rather silly of me, really. Let's take these guys out then, shall we? Oh, that was not quite what I meant to do. Damn it. I'm losing health that I can scarcely afford to lose. Alright then, let's try and take you down. I'll just go in for a couple of swings here and there. No, nope. Let's, ooh, good. Let's take you down. Also, Estrella, if you could go ahead. See, it makes sense when an axe lobs someone at you. Damn it, once again. All of this life being lost for no good reason. I can't abide it. I can't. There we go. Please, no. Go ahead. Take him out if you can. We'll work together. Nice work. Now then. Oh, well done. Oh, very well done. Uh-oh. Oh, really? But I wanted to use my ability. Oh, I guess I can. Straight into... Well, actually, that wasn't along the spine. That was straight across the spine, which is exactly what you want to do if you want to break this one. I mean, I guess with that axe and that impact, you would have broken it either way, but... 26 health, that is really bad. Estrella addresses you. You have a steady swing. Excellent. Excellent, soldier. It will only be more difficult from here on. I bear no ill will towards you if you choose to leave now. No, we will not leave. Even though I don't need safety citizens, I will, because I do need... morally, I need safety citizens. Physically, I don't. I won't die if I don't, but my soul will wither. We will continue on. As Estrella's scouts lead the wagons through the next district and seal the gates, you ascend the gatehouse tower. The tower provides a commanding view over the impressive city. As you pause to catch your breath, you watch the last of the sun's rays disappear over the horizon. Estrella shakes your shoulder and points over the battlements to the south. There you see a final gatehouse, its tower rising from the wall of the old city to the south. The dealer adds a corruption counter to the map. And a lot of nasty looking cards. Have you ever seen so many? Estrella remarks as you watch the infected swarm the city wall. How can the Empire let its people suffer so? Estrella mutters under her breath, and then abandon those in need. As you continue to look, a small glow appears on the horizon beyond the city perimeter. First one, then another, and another. The Empire! Estrella cries. They're preparing to burn the city. We must escape with the people to safety. Let us hope we are not too late. By the way, I am all fingers and thumbs at the moment because I am used to playing Monster Hunter at the moment, and yeah, the buttons are different on the Xbox controller and the PS4. Why they have to make it so hard on us as mere gamers, as mere mortals? I don't know, but let's see. Right, we have got 2 cards. We don't strictly know which way they are going. We didn't get any fame from our last encounter, which is a shame. Dead bodies litter the streets while rats scurry in search of a feast. Maybe we should take a moment to regain your strength at the wagon, Estrella says as you make your way through the abandoned streets. A chance to eat some food might do the trick. That's possible, but what have we got there? 2 more city street cards. Alright, let's move on. The river's water, now putrid green, emanates with a miasma that turns your stomach. Oh dear, burning rubble. With a terrible crash, the building beside you is struck by a flaming catapult shot. The building heaves and twists from the impact and crumbles across the street in front of you. Estrella shields her eyes from the blaze. Quickly, we must find another way. You turn the wagon around and search for another road. Okay. What about here? Putrefaction has ravaged this part of the city. Narrow alleyways which never see the light of day harbour nothing but misery and pestilence. Drudge of corruption. Very well. Well, ambush the corrupted. This is our chance, Estrella says. No. That'll do. We're only going to remove one with this. But that's fine. Removing one of the four is still good. That will set you in
good stead from here.
We got rid of an affliction of blight. That isn't so bad. A rain of blows fells the group of infected before they can respond. The remaining infected stand by idly, twitching and picking at their wounds. We'd need 2 golds to completely remove these groups. Dare I try for the gold there? It's kind of nestled in an awkward position. No, never mind. There we go. Patience is key. The weapon finds its mark. You whirl through your foes, cleaving the infected before they can land a blow. Left and right, you chop at corrupt limbs until only the 6 of blight remains. Despite your best efforts, though, the remaining infected close in. Heedless to the fates of their comrades. We only kill you because you threatened to kill us. Right then. Let's try and not lose any health here, shall we? Gently, gently.
On my mark.
Very well. Okay, on your mark, it is. Whomp. There we are. No thanks. I'm going to be in the habit of just trying to dodge for a little while. I'm really sorry about that. Again, I'm going to play Monster Hunter because the weapon that I've chosen to use is the Insect Glaive, and that has no capacity to block or shield. So it's all about dodging, which is fine by me because I actually prefer, despite the fact that I'm not actually that good at dodging, I do prefer the gameplay of being evasive rather than blocking the attacks. Take him down. Oh, wow. Wow, we threw that body there. My goodness. Wallop. There we go. Oh, you're down. Very good. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Alrighty then. There we go.
Proven yourself worthy.
And I would very much like to wear it. That appears to be the last of them, Estrella remarks. You continue your journey through the winding streets. Now I should be regaining health. Let's just make sure it has been worn. Yes, it has. Glorious. I approve. Right, what do we find over here then? Dead bodies litter the streets, while rats scurry in search of the feast. Hungry paupers. Okay. You spy a group of poor urchins loitering in an alley. They look hungry. As you approach, they scramble to a pile of discarded crates. Explain that we're there to help. How do we know you're not one of them? One cries. How do we know you're not sick like those monsters? Says another. They remain huddled behind the crates. I could give them 8 food, which I don't have to give them, so we'll just try and catch them. Alright. Where is this going to go? Good enough, I guess. We'll take it, because I don't think we're going to be getting the gold there.
Nicely timed.
Thank you. You successfully grab some of the children before they make their escape. You load them onto the wagons and assure them of their safety. The remaining urchins remain unreachable. It's no use. Maybe some food will coax them from their hiding, Estrella says. You saved 4 citizens. No, we can't for now. I'll use that food to find more food, and then I'll come back. Alright, moving on. The spread of the plague has rendered the district a blackened maze. The crust of corruption warps cobblestones and weakens foundations, making progress perilous. You pass through, however, without incident. Kind of bad, but okay. Ooh, market thief. Well, now. We're going to camp first. I'm going to see if I can... No, I can't trade. Dang. Okay, we're going to move on, because I don't want to lose that 4 gold. I'd much rather have that to buy more food. Dead bodies litter the streets while rats scurry in search of a feast. Oh, dread. Okay, that was a waste of time then. Alright, are we going to lose... No, we don't lose it. That's good. Leave the children for now. Move on. The river water, now a putrid green, emanates with a miasma that turns your stomach. Maybe you should look to regain your strength at the wagon, Estrella says. Have you seen how much food I have? I don't think that's an option. The spread of the plague has rendered this district a blackened maze. A grateful merchant. You find a merchant and his family. You explain Captain Fio's plan and help the merchant and his family onto the wagon. Thank you. Should you find yourself short of gold, I'd be happy to give you a good price for any equipment you might want to trade. Oh, that's great. I need the gold. I need the food, though. Much more. I'll be honest. I'm getting a little bit panicked. Unfortunately, we know what that card is, and that is that we need to give them 27 bread. Yeah, no. Moving on. Beautification is ravaged as part of the city. Narrow alleyways, which never see the light of day, harbour nothing but misery and pestilence. Drudge of corruption. Very well. Let's try and ambush them. This is our chance. Maybe you are right about that. We shall see. There we go. That was a bit of a risk. Right on the edge there. Okay, we've gotten rid of the terror of blight and the affliction of blight. At this point, I don't actually mind just getting a silver. Let's see.
The pendulum is ever changing.
It is much easier to get that
the
silver.
challenges it presents change too.
The gold would have been a lot more difficult. It was properly nested in there. Very well. One more. There we go. And let us begin the fight. Now, after this fight, I should actually get a bit of max health back. Which is just as well, because I'm going to start losing actual health rather rapidly. Gaining max health should pull up my current health a little bit, I believe.
Whatever you're planning,
and so
now would be a good time to fill me in.
It might stave off the worst of this. Let's take you down. Oh, damn it. I was really hoping that would... I would be offered some invincibility frames there. Let's take you down. There we are. And chop. Should be able to just finish him off there. Food is definitely the enemy here. This is a difficult one, despite having bought all of the food out already. Alright, gained a little bit of health there. It's not too bad. Gained some fame. But we need food, because now we're going to start losing it.
Starvation has been the end of many adventurers.
Let's hope it's not the end of this adventure. Oh no! Why would you do this? Okay, well, at least we can go up and around and it doesn't cost me food to go over this tile. I was very worried that would be the case. We need food so badly right now. No, that's not where I wanted to go. Okay. Back. No, not that way. There we go. Alright, what are we going to find? Dead bodies litter the street while rats scurry in search of a feast. Plague! A wounded peasant runs stumbling down the street, chased by a horde of corrupted. Please be a peasant that will give me, He falls at your feet and begins to twitch. The blood from his wounds boils and blackens. No, I'm going to fight the corrupted. I really hope that if we save someone here, that we can, in some way, get food of them. I've got to avoid taking any damage. Well, I mean, you should always avoid that, generally speaking, but now it's imperative that I avoid it. I don't have enough time left otherwise. Very well. I'll do my best. Oh, thank you. Let's take that giant clobbering hand of yours off, shall we? Oh, thank you. Let's take one of you down with a wicked swing of my axe. Nope. Oh. We need to get you guys out of here, don't we? Oh, that was nice. Oh, very nice indeed, actually. I approve. Could you go ahead and attack? Right, there we go. And I need to get over here and take you down. Perfect. Follow up. Nice. Oh, almost had me there, you scary guy. I think we may have made it. Go ahead, you can finish that one off. Oh, thank goodness I had invincibility because I was pulling off a special. That was luck, not judgment, though. I very nearly lost a decent chunk of health for that because I'm not wearing any armor yet. Well, I guess I'm wearing a helm, but you know, that's not a lot of armor. Okay. It's not rising my current health. That's a bit of a shame. With the horde defeated, the townsfolk rushed to 10th Peasant. They are grateful for your protection. Oh, yes. Now, this is a bit of a fast wheel. Let's see. Now. Come on. No! Drat. That 5 food would have been much better for me. Oh well. Gives me a extra 2 turns, I guess. A woman gives you a healing tonic as the peasants board the wagons. You have saved 5 citizens from this street. You can see other streets. That was a real shame, though. Alright, let's see what's on the far edge. The river's water now pure to green emanates with a miasma. Grateful hero. Alright, the unmistakable sound of combat alerts you to a group of townsfolk being attacked by the infected. One brave warrior struggles to hold back the horde. We shall rush to their aid. Naturally. If we're lucky, this group may offer us some extra food. But we need to kill quite a few corrupted before we can get through that gate. Alright then. I'll try and take you down first. Oh, damn it. I had hoped you might be able to help. Yeah. There we go. Let's take you out of here. Damn, got hit twice there. That was wretched and utterly unacceptable. I was just saying how we needed to not lose health. Only just got some back. No use crying over spoke. Take you down. No, don't let him hit me. Oh. Finish him up. There we go. That was an awful combat. Honestly, that was awful. I rushed in too much to take out the Tower of Blight, and as a result got 2 hits. That halved the amount of turns of extra survival we earned. You arrived just in time. I could put up some equipment. I don't think it will be much good now. See if you're interested. I would really have loved it if that was food instead, but okay. Scout reports. Captain, the soldier says, saluting your companion. I bring word from the next gatehouse. The infected horde has subsided. It is as before, however. The gate is blocked by more layers of corruption. The wagons cannot get through. It must be destroyed. Very well. Let's go and have a quick peek at what gear has been offered, though. You've got the Grifter's Companion. I mean, it's not actually that bad. Do I have anything I can sell? I can sell this. And this, actually. Yeah, I can sell a few things. I'm going to sell this, sure. And I'm also going to sell the Bastion of Purification. Don't need either of these 2 things. And I will buy Grifter's Companion, because you never know, I might need a Gambit Ring. Alright, so what we really need right now is food. Fate's Dealing. Aavak closes her eyes and speaks. We do not control fate's course, but we can examine the weave and guide of your path. Harrow interrupts. Or you can carve your own path. Carve it through the Black Knight's heart, and you will be rewarded. We're going to fight the Black Knight. A bold choice, Aavak says. Good fortune will smile upon you as long as you survive. Defeat the Black Knight outright for a king's bounty. Of food? A king's bounty of food? Enough apples to build a castle out of? I would totally take that right now. Damn the coins. I just want a feast. I need a whole ogre. A whole one. Feet, head, skull, eyes. The whole lot. I'm so hungry. The Black Knight, the protector of prisoners being held beyond this mortal realm. A mighty foe in mighty armor that must be bashed off before he can be killed. Go ahead. I want to get rid of that armor. Oh, no, thanks. Let's just strip that armor off. No, can't afford those hits. Oh, crap. I think we are now dead. Yeah, we are actually, unless I get food from this. We are actually now dead. Come on. Oh, thank you. There we go. Now start the attack. Go for it. Kill him. Got a couple of seconds. Go for it. Use my attack. Good. He's really resilient, though. Depressingly so. I really want you to be dead, mate. Doesn't actually do enough damage. We've only got 10 seconds. No! I was looking at the clock. Oh, no, we don't. We don't have 10 seconds. We have about less than 1.
Every failure in combat can be balanced by success on the table.
It is true. It is very true. And we have won a token. For defeating corrupted with the questing mace. Questing mace 3. Ooh. What am I going to have to do with that one, though? Alright. But that's going to be the end of this episode. A bit of a failure, but also a bit of a success, since we were only there to unlock tokens and see new cards, which we have done. So, you know, all things said and done, could have been worse. But I do hope you've enjoyed this episode and will be joining me for the next. As ever, do remember to leave a like if you liked and sub if you haven't. And I'll see you in the next episode. But until then, do take care.